So I finished making the final batch of lavender bags for this month's Foxglove Wood Sock Club. I thought I would show you the yarn. So that's the artwork Christopher did for the label. And we have called this month's Sherlock at the Cottage. So now sparkly stellina base. You can see the sparkles in there. So it's a blend of blues and greens and touches of pink in the main skein, and then the minis are pink and green. And yeah, so this month's narrative focuses on Sherlock the cat, who lives in Foxglove Cottage with Joe and Beth and their children Tommy, Florence and little baby Alfie. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the sock club, and yeah, hope you love it.
Hello, welcome to my Vloggypod, Stitchy podcast. My name's Sherry and thank you for being here. I will put all my links underneath. You can contact me, come and say hello. First thing I'd like to say is thank you so much for all of your comments on the what's in my bag. I loved reading them. I mean, I'd like to have had a proper look at what's in your bag, but that was lovely reading all of those. And I've asked a couple of my podcaster friends if they would like to do it too, so we can have a nose at what's in their bag. But thank you for that, that was good fun. So it is May the 11th and it is a very changeable day. We have woken up to sunshine and I thought lovely, and then it poured with rain, and then the sun came out again, and then it threw down and hail, and now the sun's come out again. I mean, I'm British, so it's the law to talk about the weather, but so that's that ticked. But no, it's just, and it's been so cold. But anyway, and a little while ago, you know, we thought, okay, barbecue weather, we're outside. Just stuck a pin in my hand. Anyway, so I've got my cup of tea. This is in my, get rid of my lipstick mark, my Caroline Zoob mug, which was a Christmas present for my husband. I'd actually admired this in Darts Farm, and then I opened it at Christmas Day. And I'm drinking, oh, is it Heath and Heather? Heather and Heath. Organic echinacea and cranberry. Oh, it's lovely. So it has been a difficult couple of weeks, if I'm honest. I lost somebody very dear to me. I lost my aunt, and even though I knew that she was quite frail, it still comes as a shock when you get that phone call, and it's not with stuffing up with me, to be honest. I thought I would cope much better. She was a lady, her name's Olive, and she was a lady who taught me how to crochet, and she was very important to me when I was younger, and I didn't see as much of her as I feel I should have done. So of course there's all regret there, but she did live a long way away from me. But oh yeah, it's been difficult. So I apologise if some of the orders didn't go out as quickly as I would have liked them to. One lady, I do apologise, got completely the wrong skein, but yeah, nearly there, and it's the funeral is this Friday, so I think once that's happened, start to heal a bit, don't you? Anyway, all will be well. So I just wanted to show you some of the things I've been doing. So after the last podcast, and that's what I think is so lovely about everybody sharing ideas, I showed you I think it was called La Rose Rouge. Anyway, it wasn't a jelly roll, it was a honey bun, and it was the little strips, and they were only this wide, and I'd ordered the wrong thing. I thought I'd ordered a jelly roll. And one lovely lady, Rita, thank you so much, Rita, she said, why don't you make a log cabin design? So I'm picking all of these up because these are all the ones that are left, and I've actually been left with quite a lot of the darker ones. I love these colours. I was inspired to get these by Nikki Franklin kit that I bought. So I made a couple of things with it. So I did do a log cabin design. Now I think with log cabin you're supposed to do one side, I think, is supposed to be lighter and the other side is supposed to be darker. I haven't done that. I just went with what I liked. So that's what I have made, and I'm feeling quite pleased with myself because it's the first time I've done that. So yeah, and I just love all of these colours. Like I said, I picked out, these are sort of like the mid-range of colours, I would say. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is the lighter ones, and then I'm left, as I say, with quite a lot of the darker ones, which I intentionally did. But yeah, I love that. So I think what I'm going to do with that, because of course I didn't think it through properly because that's me. So I didn't actually have enough. I should have chosen another couple of fabrics to make it so I could have carried on and it would have been bigger, but I've run out. So what I think I'm going to do is, I've got some red, what's it called, chambray cotton. So I think I might put some red chambray cotton around the outside to make it bigger, or I might just do my own filling and make it to fit. I love that. I'm really pleased with that. So thank you, Rita. And the other thing I did was this one, which I've sort of done a quilted one. So that, I've chosen all the lighter colours for that. Don't look too closely. And that is going to go on my bed. That's going to be a cushion on my bed. And again, on the back, I think I've got some, would it go with that? I don't think it would go with that. But I might use the same red for the back. So yeah, so I've got that, and then all of this left over. So I've really been enjoying that, and that it's been very therapeutic. I enjoyed it. So thank you, Rita, because I was in a bit of a pickle really. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with that. My arm's feeling a bit better, because I've not been able to do much knitting because it flipping hurts. I'm hoping I will be able to soon, but I'm okay sewing. I had a few people asking me about embroidery, and some lovely messages that you've sent me about how you started embroidering, which makes me so happy. And how do you start, which I get asked a lot. So someone else the other day asked me about the yarn. What comes first, the fabric or the yarn? I'll try and remember to answer that in a minute. But this is a book I use a lot. So this is Botanical Shakespeare, an illustrated compendium. Which I think there's an older version of this as well. I think this is a modern one, but there's an a vintage, an old book that's very similar. Both will be just as good. And so this is what it's like inside. And each flower has a beautiful illustration, and then there's a quote from Shakespeare. That's why it's called Botanical Shakespeare. Should have said that before. I get a lot of inspiration from that. Just as just something to start with. Freehand draw it or something. So anyway, that's an idea. It doesn't have to be that book, but I mean that kind of book. If you've got any kind of Wildflower book or anything like that, that's just to start. Just have a look at it, and then don't worry about whether it's a faithful reproduction of that plant, because these, I mean, that's not really exactly what fennel looks like. You know, it's just, I love fennel. So anyway, there's that. So, oh, I was going to show you that. This is a card I got from my neighbour. I don't know if you can see that properly. I don't know if it will show it. When I watch this back, just edit it, all I can see is my big face there. So hopefully you can't see my face. Just reading it, actually, that's Magic Box. And it's all paper cut. And my neighbour bought me that to make me smile. So that's lovely, yeah, Magic Box. That's so lovely. It does make me smile, thank you, Wendy. So I'm just going to show you some of the colourways. I don't know if I've shown these to you before. Also to clear something up, because somebody today messaged me to say she was a bit confused about the monthly Wildflowers and some of the other minis that are going into the shop. So what we're doing every month is a monthly Wildflower, which I haven't bought any to show you, but if you've seen these before, you will have seen them. And they are 5 20-gram minis, and then what we do is we look at a particular flower every month and dye up the minis based on that. And we've had snowdrops and hellebores and tulips and bluebells. And this month's is going to be in the shop this weekend. And so we've also got a couple of collections which I'll show you. And the first one, which I have shown you before, it's a country garden collection. I don't know if I've shown you this before. I do apologise if I have. So these are the country garden minis. So these are the minis to go with that collection. So these are separate from the Wildflower minis, which we're doing. So the Wildflower minis we did before it wasn't last year. It was probably the year before that. Was just loosely based on wildflowers, whereas what we're doing at the moment is a specific flower. And they are sort of designed to blend one month into the next. So these are kind of standalone. They can still be fitted into anything you're doing. But so this is a country garden minis collection. And we are going to try, as I've said, to keep stocking these up every week is the idea. Somebody said to me the other day, how do I actually get them? Because they were sold out. We're literally dyeing them up as quickly as we can and trying to get them in there so that if you want them, they're there for you. Not that if you're, if you go at a certain time. There will be some more of those going in this Friday, as well as oh, will it be this Friday or this weekend? Some Wildflower minis, some Wildflower Meadow minis, and the new Wildflower monthly minis. I can understand why you get confused. I'm confused. So there's going to be 3 different lots of minis in the shop. Very confusing. So the colours, I think I've shown you these before, but as I've said, I'm a little bit addled at the moment. So this is the Country Garden bag. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So somebody was saying, which they always have little hand sewn tabs, and the idea is that you've got your drawstring bag, but also if you want to, when you're using it, you can fold it over and it sits there quite nicely on its own. So this is the roses lining. And yeah, somebody said to me the other day, what comes first, the fabric or the colours? It's the yarn colours. So we always sort of know what colours we want to do in advance, and then I like to try and find fabrics that gel with what we're doing. So yarn colours first, then fabrics. So anyway, there will be, I think there is one in the shop with this lining, and then the rest of them are pink polka dot, because you know I have a thing for polka dots. And the yarns that go with that I have brought are, so the Tea on the Lawn and Rambling Rose. So confuse you. Tea on the Lawn and Garden Spice. These are on platinum sock. And the idea is it's all sort of all coordinates, all goes together. So if you buy any of these yarns, they should all gel with each other. We've also got a couple of Stellina based yarns. So the Rambling Rose, which also comes on platinum sock, and Hollyhocks. I couldn't read that then because I don't have my glasses on and I couldn't remember. So that's Hollyhocks, that's Hollyhocks, and that's Rambling Rose. So you can see how they sort of go together. So that is those 4. There are another couple of colourways, I haven't brought them with me. So that's the Country Garden collection. I also have some more box pouches going on, and there's been a bit of a hold up. We're waiting for a delivery of some French soaps, and oh, they're gorgeous. And we've got some lovely rose ones in there as well. So if you love your French soaps, the idea is that you would be able to add a soap in with your order, and it shouldn't make any difference at all to the delivery cost. So that was the idea, of being able to add some little things like that in, unless you were to order 5 and it would just tip you over or something. But if you were going to order a couple of skeins, it shouldn't make any difference, but you would see that at checkout. And the other one is the Wildflower Meadows collection, which is, this is the bag. There are all different linings. I did have a cream lining, a polka dot lining. They've actually sold, but I've made some more with the green polka dot. I love that fabric. So again, that looks pretty when you're using it folded over. So they're in the shop. If you go onto the website, because we've got a new website now, which is www.sherryiris.com. If you go onto it, you will see the Country Garden collection. You will see the Wildflower Meadow collection, so that they're all grouped together, which gives you an idea of the yarns that will go with each other. But obviously, if you click all products, you'll see the lot, if that makes it easier. So that's the bag. And then I've sold out, and then we've literally sent it, so I don't have one of the colours. We have dyed more, but it's not skeined ready to show you. So there was one that goes in the middle of this. This one is Delft, and so that's the blue and white, so like gypsophilia and cornflowers in a meadow, and I thought Delft was nice, so that's Delft. This one is meadow grass, which is sort of like really pale olive greens and almost like a vintage, it's like a parchment brown for meadow grasses. And there's one that goes in the middle, which has got touches of the blue and green, which is called the Meadow Awakens. So that's when the meadow's in its very early stages of flowering. But I can't show you that because I don't have it. But I can show you a new colourway that's going in on Friday, which is that one. Which is Summer Meadow. So that's what's in the shop, and as I've said, we've got some enamel pins coming soon and some soap, so lots of bits and pieces, but we're waiting for those to be delivered. I've had my hair cut as well, which has got soaking wet in the rain today, so it's all a bit all over the place. I went into the hairdressers actually. Oh, I was mortified. I went into the hairdressers, and the way where I went in, the reception wasn't there. And I thought, what? I mean, you know, what's going on? And it was actually the owner said to me, oh, you need to go through there. So I was like, where am I going? I went through these double doors, and I said to the lady, I said, that's a, bad start. I didn't even know where I was. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, you've changed your reception. She said, oh, my love, we changed that so long ago. So that's how long ago since I've been to the hairdresser. So I just went for a chop, and then we'll see whether I'm going to go any shorter. But yeah, that was a long time. Couldn't believe that. So the other thing I wanted to say was my friend Paula, I know a lot of you go and look at her Instagram feed, Lily Warren, and she is not very well at the moment, and she's not posting. So if you follow her, you'll know that she just posts the most lovely photos of animals and her lambs, and she loves her animals. And if you're missing her photos, she will be back posting before you know it. But if you're missing her photos, her son, who is Dartmoor Shepherd, has got lovely photos on there to keep you going, and they're a lovely couple. And yeah, that's not. And what Instagram accounts or YouTube channels would you recommend? Because just recently I've been really craving just that kind of soothing content. And the other day I went onto Netflix and Amazon. Started watching Leonardo. I've also stopped watching Leonardo, not because it's not good, but because I don't know what I want to watch at the moment. I'm looking for sort of, like I said, really soothing things to watch. So do you have any Instagram accounts or any YouTube or any lovely films? And I also, what's the Mitford one? The BBC have just done, is it In Pursuit of Love? I love the Mitfords. I'm a little bit obsessed with the Mitfords. I've got loads of books on them. They've just done that. But anyway, what do you recommend? So anyway, thank you for joining me for my chitter chatter, and I will see you next week.